Lieutenant Hightower, and I've been a Augusta fireman for 13 years now. Kitchen fires are something that we go to on a daily basis. Not just myself, the whole entire department. Kitchen fires are one of the normal parts of the job, unfortunately. People are comfortable in the kitchen and tend to leave things on the stove, and then they forget about it, go on with life, and then next thing you know, we have to come and put the fire out. Unattended cooking is the main culprit of most of the kitchen fires. People are comfortable, like I said, cooking at home. They get to cooking and they go in to help children with homework or attending to other things. You know, that quick moments, I'll be right back. You know, that pot's cooking, I'll be right back. And then they get caught up on the phone or tending to a child or a loved one, and next thing you know, the fire's out of control. Tend to be the grease fire. A lot of times people grease or leaving an item on the stove. A lot of times you have all your things that you're cooking with, you want it right there next to you so you can make things accessible. And a lot of times those things, you know, without thinking about it, they'll heat up. Your spoons will heat up, or your cloths that you use to turn your handles, those things will heat up, and next thing you know, you have a kitchen fire in your hand. The main thing you want to do, you want to get all your prep ready before you start cooking. So you want to have items ready for yourself. Possibly have some baking soda ready to, if in case a fire happens. Have your lids ready. Also have your items off to the side that you need to grab your lid or grab your handles with so it won't be hot. Oven mitts or your cloth away from the stove, somewhere where it won't have an incident to catch on fire. That heat can conduct to it and cause it to get hot, to start a fire or burn the person that's cooking. And you want to turn your handles inward, so you want to make a mistake in bumping them and causing a fire or burning yourself in that instance. Definitely when you're cooking, I know when you're at home, we all are comfortable and we, you know, in our environment. But when you're cooking, you want to make sure you have clothes that's not loose, hanging off. Those things tend to catch on fire, and people don't realize they have a shirt that's a little bit too big or a sleeve. They go to reach to put seasoning into their food, and then the sleeve catch on fire, and next thing you know, their clothes is on fire. And then they're going to have to stop, drop, and roll to make sure that they're safe. The next thing with children, you want to make sure to keep children at least 3 to 4 feet away. Definitely don't leave children in unattended pots or stoves or anything, you know, together, because that's just an accident waiting to happen. A lot of times people have too much stuff on the stove. They have too many items on their stove. And if it is a fire, one of the things that people do, they'll make the mistake of trying to throw water or flour on the fire. That's things you shouldn't do. All right, once you're putting out that grease fire, you're going to go ahead and cover that slowly. You're going to turn off the heat source and then move it off the fire. Make sure after you cook, make sure you clean up, make sure everything is really nice and neat. You don't want to have any extra items just along the stove, sitting on the stove. Or some people store things. You don't want to store anything on the stove. You want to keep those things off to the side or off in a cupboard somewhere. Nothing stored on top of the stove. And one other thing that I recommend people do, go out to your local market and just buy an inexpensive fire extinguisher. It's out of hand. We don't want you to get hurt. We want you to call us right away. Get out of there, call 911, and we'll be there.